News Hub can today report that the man accused of murdering 28-year-old Auckland police officer Matthew Hunt in West Auckland last year has changed his not guilty plea to guilty.
Although Eli Epiha has admitted killing Hunt, he's still on trial for another charge, the attempted murder of the other police officer injured that day, which Epiha denies. Alice Wilkins reports.
Eli Epiha was due to stand trial on 3 charges, but just days ago the 25-year-old changed his plea to 2 of them, including admitting to the murder of Constable Matthew Hunt.
How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty to reckless discharge causing death.
No, you're pleading to a charge of murder, Mr. Epiha. So do you plead guilty or not guilty to the charge of murder?
Guilty.
Matt Hunt, whose dream job was serving as an officer, was shot and killed by Epiha during routine road policing in the Auckland suburb of Massey last June. His death sparked an outpouring of grief from the public, the 28-year-old's funeral attended by hundreds of police.
Those shots killed. He never really had a chance of survival.
Last week, Eli Epiha also pleaded guilty to a charge of dangerous driving causing injury to a member of the public who was hit when he refused to stop and sped away from police. But he maintains he is not guilty of attempted murder of the other officer who was injured at the scene, Constable David Goldfinch, who was the first to be shot when he and Constable Hunt caught up.
What is in dispute is whether his intention in shooting Constable Goldfinch, the officer who survived, was to kill him. The Crown says it plainly was.
Crown's claim was that Eli Epiha actually attempted to kill Constable Goldfinch, and the defence dispute that assertion, and that's why you're here.
Also on trial alongside Epiha is 31-year-old Natalie Bracken, accused of being an accessory after the fact to murder by allegedly driving Epiha away from the scene to avoid arrest. Matthew Hunt's family were in court today. They were also present last week to hear Eli Epiha change his plea. Supporters of Epiha were also present that day. He called out "love you" to them as he left the courtroom. The trial is expected to last up to 3 weeks, and while it will now only focus on what happened to Constable Goldfinch, details of what happened to Constable Matt Hunt that day will be included in much of the evidence. But for his family and friends, an early guilty plea has brought the conviction and justice they had hoped for. Alice Wilkins, News Hub.